to my channel. It's your girl Kayla. Today we're going to be doing another recipe. So I'm back at it again in the kitchen. Before we get started though, make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment as well for any other food items, recipes, whatever that you guys want to learn from me. I can definitely show you how I make it. A lot of the recipes that I do are kind of my version. I am not like a certified chef, so you know, just letting you guys know. But I do know how to cook, so we're gonna get right into this. Today we are making salmon. We're gonna make some salmon fillets, but the way that I like to make it is in the oven. So I'm gonna show you guys my recipe, how to bake the salmon, and then we're gonna do a couple sides on the side as well. So let's get into it, guys. All right, guys, so here's what you're gonna need in order to make the dish. I've got my cut up salmon. So today I'm using 2 salmon fillets. This will also work for other cuts of salmon, like for example, salmon steaks is something I like to cook as well. Parsley, sea salt, olive oil, seasoned salt, all-purpose. I've got the adobo all-purpose, some specific fish seasoning as well, some black pepper, got butter, parchment paper, and then in order to clean my fish, I'm gonna be using lime. And on the side, I'm going to be using some mushrooms. I've got the button mushrooms and some broccoli. And then this here is my garlic oil mixture, which is gonna be going on top of the salmon as well. All right, guys, so the first thing we're gonna do is clean our salmon. I got salmon fillets, and usually they're boned, meaning there's no bone in it. But whenever I'm cleaning my salmon, I kind of feel through and see if there's any bones, and I pull them out. I can eat it either way, but it's just if you are somebody who doesn't like bones, or you're feeding it to kids or whatever, you want to try to make sure you feel through, because sometimes there's a 1-2 bone in there. So let's go ahead and clean our salmon. I'm gonna wash it with water and squeeze lime and massage it in, okay? Literally take my lime, squeeze it on. I feel a bone, so I'm gonna pull it out. Just a small one though. Alright, and then I usually lay it on some paper towel. That way I can dry it. I want to kind of pat dry it, so just grab a paper towel and try and get as much water out as you can. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and cut my salmon into like the fillets, the smaller pieces that you want. I actually usually buy like the whole big piece of salmon and I just put it in the oven like that, cut it up after. But for today, just to, you know, make it look fancy, I'm gonna go ahead and actually make some cuts on it. So, literally, portion it out. And I'm gonna lay it into my pan that is lined with parchment paper. And I also have my oven already preheating to 350. So this is kind of usually a faster process. You just go ahead and make your cuts, and I season it in the pan as well. That way all of the extra like seasonings and stuff that fall down, they'll still kind of get on the salmon, so yeah. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and I've sliced my fillets a little bit thinner so that way they're kind of portioned. And I'm going to now go ahead and season my salmon. So I took all of the seasonings that I told you about and I put them into a little cup just to blend it evenly. The 2 things that I didn't put yet were the parsley flakes and the salt. So that I'm going to kind of put on the top afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle my seasonings onto the salmon. Oh, and I also cannot forget my garlic and olive oil. So sometimes I just like, while I'm like, you know, preparing everything, is cut up some fresh garlic and soak it in some olive oil. So that way it creates kind of like a garlicky oil, and then also have the fresh pieces of garlic on there as well. All right, so let's go ahead and season. So try and put an even amount on each piece of fish. A lot. I kind of put a little bit too much, whatever. And then I'm going to put some garlic. And by the way, I kind of push them together, the pieces, so that way I can massage it and it doesn't all fall on the bottom. And I'm going to get my olive oil and put that on all the pieces. Alright, so it's looking delicious right now. And now I'm gonna like literally massage it all over the salmon. To be honest, sometimes I don't really do the bottom of the salmon just because like that usually gets stuck to the bottom, so I don't wanna like waste any of the ingredients, but I will massage it along the sides and also on the top of the salmon. Massage. And just pick up the garlic pieces when you're done massaging it and put it on the top. I don't know. I just don't want to lose any of the garlic. Alright, rinse your hands. And then we're going to put on our parsley and our sea salt. So I like to put the parsley and the sea salt on at the end, just because like I want the parsley flake for the color, and then the salt's just, I don't know, I just like to do it at the end, to be honest. Doesn't need much. Okay, one last thing is the butter, okay? So I personally love to use Becel. I just think it tastes a lot better than like margarine and other butters. I don't know why. What I usually do is take little pieces of butter and I just spread it throughout the fish. So like I said, I'm not even used to cutting up my fish first, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna put a little bit on all over the salmon. So I'm probably gonna put like 2 pieces of butter on each fillet. Just like this on top. And I put this afterwards because I really want it to first of all not fall off the side, and what it's gonna do is soak right into the salmon. So I put lots of pieces all over just so it really absorbs in those different areas. Oh, that worked out. So like that. Alright, see? Okay guys, so my oven is preheated to 350. I'm gonna go ahead and put my salmon in the oven. I'm gonna time it because I honestly usually do not time it. I usually just look and check after maybe 10-15 minutes to see if it's ready. So I'm gonna time it this time, that way I can give you guys an exact number for the amount of salmon that I have. But definitely put it on bake at 350, and it's gonna take at least, I would say, 12 to 15 minutes. But I'm gonna time it to make sure that I can give you guys something a little bit more accurate, okay? So it's gonna go into the oven, and while it's in the oven, we're gonna make our our sides. Okay guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and make our sides. Like I said, for today, I'm gonna be making some steamed broccoli and some sauteed mushrooms. So the way that I like to make my steamed vegetables is I'm going to actually put a little bit of butter and water into my pot.
Okay, I don't know who grabs their pots like this. I don't know what I was thinking, because my oven has been on like the entire time I was prepping. Anything on the stove is hot. So please be careful. Do not make the mistake. Always grab handles. I have no idea what I was thinking grabbing the pot like that. Anyways, let's carry on.
Okay, the oven's been on. Okay. So just like a little bit of water, depending on how much broccoli you're using. I'm gonna throw my broccoli into the pot and turn it on to medium heat. Butter. And this, what? Y'all, oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna use a different stove top. All right, so I added some butter, a little bit of water, and then I'm gonna cover that once I get the mushrooms on the stove. Also, you're going to season it however you like to season it, and honestly, you don't even need to put much seasoning for the broccoli. I'm just gonna use an all-purpose seasoning for this. All right, and then go ahead and cover it up. Okay, that's that. Oh, I didn't put all the broccoli in there. There we go. Okay, now for my actual mushrooms. I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. And we're also going to use some garlic. Now, for the actual salmon, I use fresh garlic. For the mushrooms, I don't feel like cutting up more garlic right now, so I'm just gonna cheat and use this. But you can feel free to cut up fresh garlic as well. You already know what it is. You know what it is sometimes. So once that's nice and hot, I'm gonna throw my mushrooms in the pan, saute them up, and add a little bit of butter as well, just for the flavor, and then they'll be done within no time. I'm gonna say it's been 5 minutes since I put the salmon in the oven at 350 already preheated. So right now, let's say I started at 450. So by 5:05, well, we'll see how long it takes. But I think by 5:05, it's gonna be done. All right, so my oil's getting hot now for the mushrooms. Let's go ahead and add these mushrooms in. I like to eat my mushrooms, the button mushrooms, like the smaller ones. I like to eat them whole. There's no point in really cutting them up. They're gonna be okay. And I'm gonna add a different all-purpose to my mushrooms. So this one here is kind of more dried up herbs rather than like the completely ground and fine herbs. So I just wanted to point this out. So the reason I'm using oil for a while before I add the butter is because I want them to crisp up. I like this color. I like to get the little brown color on there. So like if I flip some over, you can see the nice brown. So that's what I'm going for. Alright guys, so I'm gonna just give my broccoli a little stir, and I'm gonna turn off the the stove off for the broccoli. Because their broccoli are nice and bright green. That's how you know they're ready to eat. And the nutrients are still up in there. So good. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of butter now to my mushrooms. Alright, in a couple minutes, I'm going to check on the salmon. And then I'll show you guys what I do just to finish it off. All right, guys, so like I said, 5:05, we are going to see if the salmon is ready. Oh, yes. It is pretty much almost done. Okay, guys, so now that my salmon is pretty much cooked, what I like to do is actually put it on broil to get a nice crisp top of the salmon, just for like literally 1 or 2 minutes. So I'm gonna turn my oven on to broil, which is gonna allow heat to come from the top, okay? And it's now 5:06. I'm gonna leave it till 5:07 to get the top looking nice and brown. And then we're gonna take it out, plate, and try it out. Okay, fresh out the oven. It is nice and ready to eat. Our mushrooms and our broccoli. All right, guys, so here is our finished product. guys, so it is all done. Ooh, it looks delicious, healthy, scrumptious. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and try it out, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this recipe, and I'm telling you, this salmon over here, it's gonna be so good. But you can literally still see all of the seasoning, the garlic, it's all just sitting on top, but I know, you know, the flavor is absorbed. I added some corn, just because I had some corn, seasoned it a little bit. So we got our beautiful mushrooms and our steamed broccoli. So let's dig in. I'm just gonna, And I just want to show you guys, it is fully cooked. Oh, it's so hard to show you, but let me get a bigger piece. Fully cooked. All right, I like my salmon fully cooked. I know some people really be doing the whole sushi thing with the raw fish, but nah. Oh my God, it just melts in your mouth. Y'all, my mushrooms. C'est bon. Okay, the broccoli. Perfectly cooked. Oh my God, guys, so good. So good. Oh, I just wanted to also add this in. I like to make my salmon in the oven, mostly because I know that it's gonna be cooked evenly. Usually when you make it on the pan, in my opinion and in my experience, it usually like ends up being a little bit uneven on like the timing for the cooking. So you know what I mean? The oven allows heat to go all around, whereas on the pan, you're just receiving heat from the bottom to the top. So you're gonna see the salmon cook slower, or in my opinion, like just unevenly. Whereas in the oven, you get like that same distributed heat all around. Therefore, it will cook more evenly if you're looking for a full cook. If you are somebody who likes it a little bit more on the uncooked side, then yeah, go ahead and use the pan. The pan, you'd have to, in my opinion, like flip it over just to get it all evened out. But you know, it's just easier to put in the oven, in my opinion. So definitely cook it however you'd like. Use the same style, same seasoning, same ingredients if you'd like. You can do it on the pan as well, but it's a lot easier to throw it in the oven, and then you have time to make your sides. By the time your sides are done, everything's ready to eat. So, you know, to each their own. Alright guys, so that's the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. Definitely try it. It is so easy to make, and it really doesn't take as long as this video. So I think the overall consensus for the timing on the fish in the oven was, I'm gonna say 12 to 15 minutes, again depending on the type of oven you have and like if it's brand new or old like mine. And then you're going to broil it. So you're gonna leave it on the same heat or turn it up maybe to 400, and you can put it on broil for about 2 to 5 minutes, just until the top it has a nice crisp, or whatever way that you like. You don't even have to do that, but I do sometimes just to kind of toast everything on top. So yeah, I hope you guys really try this out. Let me know how it turns out if you do. It's super delicious and super healthy and super easy to make. So make sure that you guys definitely go ahead, try it out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And like I said earlier, comment down below any other recipes or versions of versions of dishes that you guys would like to see me make, and I'll be happy to try it out. Is there anything else I need to say? I don't think so. So yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. Peace out.